guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we are back in Wretched Titans, and we are covering our fourth MLCW war, where we went against this clan. I cannot pronounce their name, so I won't even try, but it was a very good war. We're going to get into showing, I think, 3 of the replays. I think for MLCW, I'm only allowed to show like 30% of the replays for some reason, so we're only going to be showing 3. I believe we had 5 triples this war, but before we get into it, make sure you go ahead, drop a like on the video, comment if you want to see something different. Maybe you have some advice or some tips for me or some content that you want me to bring you. And make sure you subscribe. The more subscribers I get, the more outreach I get, the more subscribers that brings in, and the more the word spreads on the channel. Again, thank you for all the support. It's been an amazing week. Week number 1. I think we should reach 100 subs today. And I have something special coming to you guys for when we do reach 100 subs. So thank you for all the continued support. Let's get into some of the replays. Like I said, this was a very, very close war. I mean, I think we were tied all the way up until 1 minute left in the war, and we went with 2 lives, and AD and Napalm ended up bringing it home for us. So we're going to make sure we catch those replays just to show the end of the war, but they were very close as well. 93% here. And then they tripled Quill, so our Q3, and then they got very close to a triple on Doc. My base held pretty well. Only got hit once, 64%. So pretty happy with our performance overall. Like I said, you know, they got 4 triples, but our defenses held up pretty well. Well, they got 3 triples, very close to a 4 triple. So very good job on the base building, guys. Keep it up. Every week it's important. Get those new bases out, get them tested. And especially in these only 10v10 wars, you know, if you can hold 2 attacks and they have to go for 3, then you're limiting the amount of attacks that are available fresh for other bases. So very good job, Titans. Keep on building. All right. So for the first attack, we are going to be showing Drew. Let's go ahead and look at the base. So we had a scout on this base for a Yeti Smash, and it didn't work out as planned. Not saying it couldn't have worked, though. We had some mistakes. Some Teslas kind of threw off our warden walk, and things didn't really work out as planned. However, because of that scout, we ended up realizing that we could get a good wall break here and on the king near the warden pad. Now, there's going to be a lot of damage here on this queen because you have these Expos and this Grand Warden and this Archer Tower. So especially during this attack, the queen's going to trigger the town hall, but then the CC is also going to engage at the same time. So he's not going to be able to take down the town hall until the CC is dealt with. And during that time, you're also going to have the warden kind of teeing off on your Archer Queen. Even under a rage, the combination of those two is very, very painful for your queen. So that's going to be the scary part of this attack. And you're going to kind of see as the attack goes, kind of the panic of the queen taking so much damage kind of plays into his hybrid and how he dropped some of his spells. But it ended up working out. Very good base recognition, realizing that, hey, we failed this with a Yeti, but I think we can come through with, you know, a hybrid and clear this base. And the reason why I was successful is because of this channel right here. Now, in my previous hybrid video, I kind of covered that you wanted to be able to cover all your troops with 1 heal spell, which, of course, still stands to this day. I'm not saying that is not what you're aiming for. However, in this attack, you're going to be able to see that in this compartment, a lot of these buildings aren't really defenses, and a lot of them can be tanked on the outside because you can use like a siege barracks or a barbarian king to kind of run down this way and distract them. So even though the compartment is pretty wide, you're pretty much negating these defenses because they're going to be focused on this Archer Queen. And then these defenses are going to be focused on the siege barracks. So while you can't blanket everything with a heal, the only defenses you're really concerned about in this compartment is here in the core. And that's what you're bringing heal spells and free spells and wardens and all that good stuff for. So Drew's going to come through. He's going to kind of overkill the first half of the base because he's going to use a lot of spells that maybe he didn't need right away. But it's better to be safe than sorry. You know, you don't want to be holding on to 2 heals and 2 free spells and all your troops die because you were trying to, be too precise. Sometimes it's better to just send it and just deal with the consequences than it is to try to overthink it. He's also going to put a very good freeze down here on these expos and on this scatter shot, which is going to save him a bunch of troops on the backside. And then once you get through this middle compartment, you'll realize that there's not a lot of base left. So we'll go ahead and exit this out. And you're going to have your BK coming this way, clearing all this, even heading down this way. And your queen's actually going to come in here, and she's going to wrap this channel. So she's going to be taking out all of this down here. So coming in here with the hybrid, you're not going to be dealing with a lot of defenses, especially because a lot of it's going to be tanked on the outsides. So very good base recognition. Attack went perfect. I think his RC got locked on by the single Inferno, ended up dying, but because of that, the RC ability goes off early and weakens everything on the backside. So his hybrid is, kind of dominant on the back end, and his queen ends up staying alive the whole time. So let's get into the replay. Drew had an amazing war this war. Coming back, Drew took a little break from the game. Well, not from the game, but from the competitive scene. He's kind of just getting back into it. One of the better attackers I've ever seen. Should have seen this guy with dragons at like Town Hall 11. It was insane. Nice baby dragon. Doesn't get the cannon down over here and doesn't get the cannon down over here. They both keep, a tiny bit of health. But he's going to go ahead and send in a hog here at some point. Goes for the wall break early. Doesn't want his queen to wrap down this side of the base. So he's going to send in 2 hogs. Go ahead and take this down. Gets a rage down while the queen deals with the enemy king. 2 hogs. Double cannon goes down. And they're actually going to trigger the CC now. So had those hogs died, a second earlier, he would have been fine. The rage would have carried him through the town hall. He would have been able to rage, pull the CC, deal with the warden pad, saved his queen ability. But as you can see, this warden and this town hall and that's going to put a lot of damaging, a lot of punishment on your queen. So, but he keeps his cool, pops the ability, knows his rage is going to wear out soon, gets the siege barracks down early to start taking out that inner layer of defense, gets a hog down. Good hog trade right there. And here is where you can see what I meant by all the buildings being tanked. So all these buildings are tanking on the king. These expos are all firing on the queen. So in reality, his hybrid is only dealing with 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then of course the Inferno, but that's only 1 troop at a time. So he still does have pretty solid pathing through the base, and everything's kind of synergy tanking for each other. So at this point, he's feeling really confident. He's got the support hogs coming in from 12 with his royal champ. Got his warden down early, and everything's looking really good at this point. Queen's relatively safe. She does have 2 expos on her. However, she's just coming out of the ability, and he also has a rage spell. Here we go. Drops that rage. Queen barely stays alive, but stays alive nonetheless. Now this is where you can kind of see the panic because his queen came so low to dying. He's going to drop the heal, the freeze, and the tome. A little premature on a couple of those. I probably would have went for the freeze and the heal and then tomed at this point in the raid, saving myself that heal. Now here you can see Royal Champ is getting locked on. Goes ahead and abilities. Doesn't even get it off actually. Wow. That would have went off. It would have been even better. But he's got that last heal down covering anything. Gets a really nice split here, and what I mean by a really nice split is all his miners are here, and he has a bunch of hogs and a couple miners in here. Now the reason why it's a good split is because the ground skellies pop on this Inferno, but not that Inferno. So the hogs aren't going to get distracted by skellies, and are going to be able to take out this Inferno tower, and there's no skellies over here, so the miners can go ahead and take that one out. King's still wrapping back here, tanking, so he's getting a lot of value out of that Barbarian King. Catches a giant bomb, which probably saved him a ton of miners on the back end. Inferno goes down. Hogs catch a spring, but it doesn't matter because the queen can clean up the rest of the base. They pass the wizard tower. Look at this champion wizard. Wizard takes out a wizard tower. Feels bad, man. Nice attack, Drew. Very, very nice. Good 6-pack this war too, man. Very impressive. Next, this is going to be the second final attack that we used, and we're going to take a look. Here, I'll back out so we can't see the troop bar. Obviously, it's going to be a hybrid lot of hybrid this war. Hybrid's very, very strong. So AD's going to come in with a very good queen charge. He's going to wall break somewhere in here. And he's going to get a second layer right here. He's actually using regular wall breakers, so it's going to be kind of difficult to get that in because of that wizard tower, but he ends up getting it in. Unfortunately, though, his funnel up top wasn't set all the way, so his queen is going to dance around this town hall. She's actually not going to take the second layer wall break. However, she's going to get a ton of value. And he's not going to really have to invest a lot of troop space or a lot of spells into the queen, but he's going to get a ton of value here. All these defenses going down. And as you can see, he's already starting to make a path here. Now, had this town hall gone down to the queen charge, because he still would have got the same value, he would have got the king, all that stuff, it would have been the same good pathing. Maybe these first layer of buildings go down, but at the end of the day, the pathing that he has here is still good enough for a hybrid. Had I been doing this attack, I probably would have opted, once the queen walked around this way, to go ahead and hybrid straight into the town hall, because you're going to see that the town hall is kind of a lucky kill here. I mean, I never argue with a 3-star, but the town hall definitely wasn't planned to go down this way, and you're going to be able to tell. But once he clears the town hall in this first compartment with the expos and the scatter shot, you're going to see, once this goes down, there's nothing really left in the base to throw off the rest of his troops. So again, a very, very nice cleanup plan. I believe this was hit with the same army, and that wall break just wouldn't work for some reason. Maybe if we would have funneled these down a little bit better, it would have went a bit smoother for the queen. But baby dragon comes down. Sneaky goblins coming in for the funnel. The best funnel troop in the game. Gonna get his queen in soon. There she goes. Brings his queen on the top side so she doesn't walk up. Again, he's trying to aim for the queen to go in and then take the second layer. Gets a bad split on those wall breakers. Probably a little bit of nerves playing in there. But the queen's gonna come in, gets the rage down. Boom. Saves the ability. Here comes the second layer. Second layer is easy because it's raged. Boom. Now, this is where I said maybe if we would have funneled these two buildings here, you would think that the queen would step here and then step in, because it looks closer than this. However, you never really know. Gets the king down, starts funnel. And yeah, definitely, if we would have got those buildings down, it would have been a lot better. Sweeper's kind of giving us some trouble. King's making a good solid funnel out there. And at this point in his head, he's thinking, okay, I'm not going to get the town hall. Queen's not going to take the wall break. So where can I go? So I can definitely see this as being good pathing, especially as time becomes a factor. You know, your queen's dealing with the CC. She's got to clear a couple more buildings. If you wanted a hybrid in here, you're going to have to wait at least 30 more seconds. And when you're in the middle of an attack and things are going wrong, you start looking for the most, sometimes more risky, but the quicker options, because you never want a time fail. So like I said, sometimes you just got to send it and see what the results may bring. So queen probably going to get another rage. Yep, there she goes. Dealt with the CC. Come around this corner. Ice Golem CCs are just 8s. Jesus. Gets the Ice Golem down. Believe, yep, Royal Champ. This is actually a pretty smart play, because he's actually funneling for his hybrid, as much as it seems like he would be using his RC to just get the Inferno. He's actually making a solid funnel here. I usually opt to send my hybrid, or my Royal Champ with the hybrid, but he ends up getting it. Nice ability. Gets the bomb tower as well, which is huge. Now he has very, very good pathing to everything except that town hall. Queen finally pops the ability, going to the warden tower. I think she's going to be able to get the scatter shot. I'm not 100% sure. Gets the siege barracks down here. Now this was a very, very smart play, because the siege barracks, the P.E.K.K.A. is going to come down here with the wizards. Going to start working on some of these buildings. Might not get them down, but what it's going to end up doing is letting his hogs come in here and clear this Inferno. So RC cleared here, hogs clearing here. What you're going to see is the pathing for his hybrid is very good here. Like I said, with the exception of the town hall, which the plan was to get that down. So really nice audible, really good adjustments. Gets a good freeze down, being really patient with his first heal. Finally gets it down. Miner's going to go ahead and take out the queen. Hogs are pushing forward. Nice tome. Covering everything. That way the hogs are protected. Queen's going to go down finally. Look, all these wizards just beating the hell out of these damn defenses. Gets another heal. Miner's surviving the Town Hall Blast because there's no buildings around and they're not under a rage. Come in here and they get... Now this Royal Champ is an issue. Remember I said enemy heroes are a pain in the butt for hogs? This is why. But he does. The wizards end up breaking through the wall to get her. Has a ton of hogs. Those hogs from the siege barracks doing work. Tesla farm, not going to be a big deal. Sneaky goblin. Go ahead and start cleaning up. Great cleanup troop. Great funnel troop. This is a very clutch hit because I believe at this point we were tied up in the war. And this kind of gives you some breathing room, puts a lot of extra pressure on the enemy clan, who I believe only had one attack left at this point. So getting that triple kind of adds, you know, like that weight, that monkey on that guy's back. Like, okay, if I don't triple here, we lose. So the final attack we're going to be taking a look at is from clan leader Napalm. And we were on voice discussing this plan. And we knew it was going to work if we got everything right. So the first time we had a little bit of trouble. There's a Tesla farm that we did not expect to be there. And we ended up having to use a baby dragon and get the Tesla farm down, which didn't let us set our queen funnel all the way. So the adjustments that we made were, I'll go ahead and go over the plan. We're going to send in a battle blimp here. No rage spell. Going to get all of these buildings. Then we're going to start the queen up at 6 o'clock, or down at 6 o'clock. The goal was to get her to wrap in after dealing with the CC, because the CC will get pulled from the blimp. And we wanted the queen to take the channel. We knew that there wasn't a lot of defenses here, so we wouldn't really need a rage spell. Now, the first attack where it went wrong is we were planning on using a baby dragon to get these 2 buildings. That way there was nothing to pull the queen up top. However, there's going to be a Tesla farm down here where we're going to do the blimp. So we ended up having to use the baby dragon on the first hit to get that Tesla farm down. Queen steps up to the walls, and then she ended up wrapping back around towards the Barbarian King. So it kind of threw off the plan. But if we can get those 2 buildings down and the queen can come in here, we know if we drop a rage spell here or somewhere around here that she can make it through this scatter shot in this expo. And then another rage here gets her through the Royal Champ. And then we were planning popping the ability through the Inferno and through the expo, and queen would kind of wrap this base. So all of this would be taken out with the blimp and the queen charge. So let's go ahead and X all that. Here, I'll just make it look a little bit neater. So all of this is taken out with the queen charge. Now, we didn't want to wait while that was going on, because that's a very long and extended queen charge, and if there's nothing inside the base to tank for, then that is actually going to be an impossible queen charge because of the amount of damage she's going to be taking from all those ground expos, scatter shots, and heroes. So when the queen got to this building here, this archer tower, our plan was send in the BK and let him funnel. Now I think he ends up finding a different place to put the BK to get that funnel, which is good. As long as this all goes down, everything's fine and dandy. So the king is going to wrap around and get a whole bunch of value over here. And you can kind of see what we're going with here. Coming down the middle. Send in the hybrid early. As soon as the queen kind of gets past this point, send in the hybrid. You're going to have to be patient with the hogs because there's not any defenses here in front of the town hall. So he's going to send all of his miners and his warden. And they're going to take down the enemy king. Then they're going to get to the town hall. Then he's going to send in the hogs delayed to meet up with the miners, because once they activate the town hall, it becomes a defense. Everything's going to meet up here online for a nice grand warden tone. And as he moves through the base, here comes expos and enemy queen. Remember when I said enemy heroes on a hybrid are going to snap your miners to them? So this is a perfect spot for a heal spell or a freeze spell and a heal spell, whichever one you feel like using, but it's a great spot for it, especially because he's got the scatter shot on the back end. So if he could freeze both of those together, it'll be ideal. And then, of course, last heal spell on the back. Everything clears up. Queen's wrapping around. Hybrid clears the top side. King has a funnel down here. everyone ends up at 12 o'clock. So this is a very good cleanup attack. You know, I always preach that sometimes you don't get the first one. Making sure you get the second one is very important. So you can see in the comp, instead of bringing a couple extra balloons, because we knew that there was no seeking air mines by the Teslas, he would just bring one. Then he's going to use a baby dragon to get the Teslas, and he's also going to use a baby dragon to get his funnel over here. CC comes out, gets queen down nice and early. Make sure when you're using these blimps and you're using them to clear out section of the base, you get down the queen as early as possible, because you don't want to take too much time. Now, one critique, we got to talk about these poison spells, Adam, or napalm. Can't poison the witch that far back, because they're going to walk out of it. You almost get her. One of them stays alive. Going to be kind of a hassle. Queen's going to take a beating. He's going to end up having to use a rage here because of it. When you're dealing with archers and you're dealing with ice golems and there's two witches, just wait for all the skellies to get on your queen. She can handle it like you did right here. Drop a support wizard and then wait till the witches are in range and then drop your poison. Saves you a bunch of time and saves you a rage. Here comes that king. Look at that baby dragon. Perfect funnel. Storage is almost down, which is going to help our miners. Queen steps in. King's already down. Now watch. Boom. Perfect timing. Miners coming in. Gonna deal with the king. Takes the eagle shell. Not a big deal because they can survive it. Hogs come in. Not gonna heal yet because he knows he's got the tome coming. So he's only taking damage from one expo at this point. Queen's tanking this one. She's about to step into the scatter shot, so he gets early rage down. Very, very good base identification right there. King ability is gonna clear all of this, and he's gonna tome everything on this town hall. Watch how this works out for him. Tome, everything deals with the town hall. Queen's safe, gets a scatter shot. Heal spell. Gonna go ahead and use that freeze on a scatter. Keep everything topped up. Queen gets another rage, just like we planned. Now the miners are all inside, and the queen's taking all these defenses down while everything's tanked. So the queen right now only has these buildings on her. Everything else is being tanked by your hybrid. Queen's gonna be able to deal with this under ability, just like we planned, and wrap the outside of the base. Miners under a heal, full health royal champ with ability. Not a lot of base left. This is already looking crushed. Still has a queen ability. Queen's gonna deal with some skellies. Pops the ability. Early minion down over here. Start some cleanup. Now the healer swap, which is always really, can be like give or take, you know. Does he get the royal champ off? Yep. Perfect royal champ ability. Doesn't get the inferno. Ends up getting a ton of buildings though. Miners all up here cleaning up. Everything's going to meet up at 12. Very unfortunate that, you know, the inferno takes out the royal champ, because had that not happened, the royal champ would have cleared all this by now. And it would have been a lot more overkill than it was. But miners can deal with, you know, a few defenses on their own. Especially he's got healers on the miners over here. Don't know why they left the queen. But Warden almost decides to get the Inferno Tower. But of course, Wardens being Wardens. Queen's going to actually take a long route here. Miner's going to come in here and grab this Inferno. Gets the balloon down. Think he gets the mortar down with the loon. Yep, wizard comes in. Easy game. And that sealed the deal on the war. So, clan leader clutching the war with the final attack in the war. No better way to end it. Very good job, all three of you guys. TU also got a triple this war. I did a kind of a highlight video. Oh, I don't want to burn their base. Not going to show the replay so I don't burn their base. But me and TU both got triples. They were both Yetis. And I did a very extensive video covering Yetis 2 days ago. So if you're looking for any Yeti Smash guides or how to Yeti Smash, TU is highlighted in there on 2 attacks. And it is very informative. So I'm not going to show them this time, because you can go back and watch the master do his work. And I don't really do a lot of Yeti Smashes, so mine was not impressive. Mine was like crawling and scraping across the finish line on the lowest level base. So I'm definitely not going to show that. But very good job, Wretched Titans. We are dominating right now, 3-1. This was a very tough opponent and a very good negotiations for the war. Very friendly clan. Definitely worth checking them out. Here, let me go ahead and get their clan stuff up here. I don't know where they're from, but they are a very good group of folks. Glad we got the war, and glad it was so enjoyable. And if you are looking for a clan to start off your competitive environment scene, this is definitely the place you want to be. I'm on my Town Hall 9, so I don't have it bookmarked, but there we go. Wretched Titans, level 17 clan. They got my YouTube up there in the bio. You know, big love from Wretched Titans. So this is definitely the place to be if you're looking to get in the competitive scene. So thank you guys for joining. Big shout out to my wife. She's making it all possible, bringing you guys daily content, and I'm going to keep bringing it to you guys. We got some amazing stuff lined up for this weekend. And like I said, I have something special coming when we get our 100th sub. Thank you for all the support, and I'll catch you tomorrow.